Hello everyone, it's Pam here and welcome to Thai Girl in the Kitchen. Today let's go step by step how to make Massaman Curry chicken. Let's have a look at the ingredients. For the main ones, we need chicken. I'm using drums and thighs today. Vegetable oil. Massaman Curry paste. The main flavors are based on this one. Pick any brand you like. For vegetables, we are using potatoes and onions. Can be either white or red. I'm using both because I love them both. Coconut milk. Best to use fresh one, but if you can't find canned or carton are totally fine. We are using regular and light coconut milk. I'll show you how to make it. Water. For seasonings, we are using fish sauce, tamarind paste, palm sugar. We also want flavor from peanuts. If you want, you can also mix some cashew nuts in it. Cashew nuts are good. If not, just peanuts is fine. For aroma, we need cinnamon sticks, bay leaves, and star anise. Okay, let's prepare the veggies. Since they're going to be in a curry, we want to cut them into bigger pieces so they will be less soggy. But if you like it soft, you can slice them. Potatoes, peel and clean. And same, we don't want to cut into too small pieces because then they'll be mushy. About this big. Just put in the same bowl with onions. We will put these two at the same time. And let's move to the stove. If your nuts are raw, fry or toast them quickly. Just 1 tablespoon vegetable oil is enough. Use medium heat. I love the smell of toasted nuts. You can actually skip this part if you want, since they'll be put in the curry anyway. Set them aside and move to the big pot. 3 tablespoons vegetable oil on medium heat. Let it warm up a little bit, but not hot. Then put 150 gram Massaman Curry paste in it. If the oil is too hot, you can burn the paste, so keep the heat on medium. Stir the paste. Use the spatula to help breaking it. Keep mixing until they become one and until you start to see little bubbles. Like this. Then 800 ml of coconut milk. We're going to use a half to cook with the paste. And the other half, just set it aside first. Add 400 ml coconut milk a little bit by bit. And keep mixing time to time. Wow, smoky! Adding bit by bit will help you mix easier. Looks good and creamy. We're going to let them boil. Still stay on medium heat. Do not burn your paste. And during that, mix the other half of coconut milk with 400 ml of water. Stir it up, and now we get the light coconut milk. Set aside. The bubbles are popping on the surface now. Stir a little bit until you see the oil separate the layer and shows up on the surface. Season with 4 tablespoons tamarind paste, 5 tablespoons palm sugar. Jump right in, or not. There you go. And 6 tablespoons fish sauce. Mix until palm sugar melts. Use spatula to break the palm sugar so it melts easier. If you use the hard palm sugar, the one that comes out like candy, slice or cut into smaller pieces before putting in the pot, then they'll dissolve easily. Once everything is mixed well, you can taste first. I don't need to, I cook this often and this measurement is good for the curry brand I use because, like I mentioned, the main flavors are from the curry paste. Some brands are sweeter, saltier than the others. Adjust to what you like, and the right flavors for this recipe is a good balance of sweet, salty, and a little sour. And once the paste is boiled, add chicken. You can use whatever part you like, but mostly with Massaman Curry chicken, I'd say drums and thighs are the best because they're soft. If you use breast, in my opinion, I think it's too dry for this menu. And just do the poke, don't stir yet. Add 800 ml light coconut milk, which is the one we mixed with water before. May as well stir the bottom of the pot to make sure that the paste doesn't stick at the bottom. Add all the light coconut milk to cover the chicken. And 3 cinnamon sticks, 4 bay leaves, and 5-6 Star Anise. And turn up to high heat until it boils. Before it boils, we're going to start seeing the red oil separate on the surface. Once we see bubbles, turn down the heat again to medium and leave it until chicken are pretty much cooked. Will take around 25 to 30 minutes depending if you put the whole drums and thighs like this or you chop chicken into smaller pieces. That would probably take less time. Then we add 600 gram potatoes and 300 grams onions. We add later because it takes less time to cook, and if you put at the same time with chicken, it'll just be mushy and soggy. Push them, especially potatoes, under the curry. This takes about 15 minutes. To see if your potatoes are cooked, you can use fork, poke it, and if it comes off from the fork easily, it's cooked. If not, then it's just still raw inside. Once potatoes are cooked, add peanuts. Do one last stir. You can turn off the heat. Maybe let it simmer by itself for about 5 to 10 minutes before serving. Now, what can you eat with Massaman? Massaman curry is good to have with many things, many types of carbohydrates. You can eat with steamed rice, dip your toast or bread in it, pita bread, or my most favorite thing to eat with Massaman curry, and I really recommend, is roti. I hope you'll try this recipe and enjoy your meal. How to cook Thai red curry chicken with Bambooshoots orแกงไก่ หน่อไม้, which is very easy to make and just simply delicious. So watch to the end to see how we can cook this. These are kind of the main things we're using today. Of course, red curry paste, chicken, preserved Bambooshoots, red chilies and Kafir lime leaves, and I am using dried rice noodles today, so let's boil them first. We want to put quite a lot of water to boil them because they soak up the water quite a lot. And for the cooking time, cook accordingly to the package because different brand, different cooking time. During waiting for the rice noodles, let's prepare something else. Slice the red chilies basically for garnishing because the spice will be from the curry paste anyway. Cut chicken into small pieces. I'm using thighs for 500 grams. By now, the noodles should be ready. Once the noodles are ready, put in the strainer and rinse them with cold water to stop the cooking and overcooked. Now let's cook the curry. Put 100 grams of curry paste and the first 200 ml of coconut milk. Keep stirring until mixed well. Use medium heat. We are gonna break the curry paste with the spatula to help it become one texture easier. Once it's mixed well, put the chicken. It's gonna take a bit time, but keep stirring until the chicken is cooked. Now chicken is good. We put 400 ml of thin coconut milk, which is the combination between coconut milk mixed with water 1/3. Because if we don't make it light, our curry will be too thick and quite dry. For this menu, we want it a bit watery. Now mix them well. Then put the preserved Bambooshoots. Stir and let it sit for a while. Once we see it starts to boil, we are gonna season it with a half tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon palm sugar or any type of sugar you have, but I recommend palm sugar because it smells nicer for this dish. Stir till let the sugar melts. Then add 1 tablespoon fish sauce. Stir again and let it boil. And now the last part. Gives the good fragrance by adding Kafir lime leaves, which I don't slice with a knife, just mash them and hand gripped, letting the essence comes out. And red chilies. And now we're good to go. This dish I love pouring on top of the rice noodles, but it's also pretty good with steamed rice, which I recommend to have it with Thai omelette as well. It goes together pretty good. Let's make one of the all-time favorite Thai menus, Thai green curry chicken. We're gonna start with the ingredients. Here are what we need. Let's go through it. The first one, green curry paste, the main ingredient of this recipe. All the flavors are mainly from here. I'm using the store-bought. Each brand can taste slightly different, can be a little spicier, sweeter, saltier, so pick any brand you like. Chicken, I'm using thighs, my favorite part. You can use chicken breast if you want, but honestly, I would recommend thighs for this menu. Coconut milk, we're gonna separate into two parts later, so stay with me. Water. Thai eggplants. I'm so happy I can find these here in Cape Town. They are commonly used in most Asian cuisines, not only in Thailand, and they're traditionally used for most Thai curries. If you can't find these, I already put the alternative vegetables in description that would go great with the green curry. Alright, next. Thai basils. A little different from sweet basils, these are for the aroma. Same with Kafir lime leaves. We're gonna need some of these to get the complete aromatic green curry of ours. Then red chilies, or you can use red peppers, doesn't matter much because we don't depend on its spice. The spice is from the green curry paste already, and as you see, everything is all green, too green. We want some red to color it up. I have tiny leftover bell pepper, may as well use it. For seasonings, we need palm sugar. I'm not using this whole thing, but it sticks to each other. I'm gonna slice them later. And some fish sauce. One thing you might want to know about Thai eggplants, once you cut them, they'll turn dark color quite quickly and easily. So after you clean them, prepare a bucket of water and set aside. Now we're gonna remove the bulbs. And once you cut, put them in the water. Cut into bite size for small ones. I'm just gonna cut in half, and for bigger ones, I'll go for quarters. Slice the chilies. If you're using cayenne chilies, you can either leave or remove the seeds. If you don't want to add any spice at all, use the teaspoon to remove the seeds. And don't forget to wash your hands with soap right away after you finish touching them. Palm sugar. Today I'm using the hard ones. We need 1 tablespoon of this. And to help it dissolve easily, slice thinly. Cutting the chicken, we don't want to cut them too small since they will shrink in the pot, just a little bigger than the bite size, so when they shrink we'll get the right size. Okay, let's move to the stove. So right now we're having 400 ml of full fat coconut milk and 200 ml of water. For the start, we're going to pour the first half of coconut milk. Then mix the water with the other half to get the lighter coconut milk, and we're going to add this a little later. Then we want to thicken it by keep stirring in medium heat. As you thicken it, normally with fresh coconut milk, the oil will eventually be separated, which is what we want here. But if you're using canned or processed coconut milk like I do, it might not or more difficult to separate the oil because they include emulsifiers, which actually causes the fatty and watery layers to stop separating from one another. Anyway, not trying to be the food nerd here, let's just say if your coconut milk doesn't separate, that's totally okay. Just keep stirring until it gets thicker. Okay, looks ready now and I get a tiny bit of oil separated. Then we add 3 tablespoons green curry paste. If you want less spicy, add a little less. Combine that with coconut milk until you can smell the nice aroma. Once well combined, put 300 grams of chicken. Keep stirring until about halfway cooked. Then add the rest of coconut milk. Stir to combine the paste and the coconut milk. And leave it boils for a little bit until the chicken is cooked. Season with 1 tablespoon fish sauce, 1 tablespoon palm sugar, 1 handful of Thai basils, 5 or 6 Kafir lime leaves, bruised and hand whip them to release their fragrance. Rinse the eggplants and put them. I just rinsed for just a few minutes and some parts get a little dark color already. Turn off the heat and top with sliced red chilies. Now it looks more colorful. For this meal, it's good to have with hot steamed rice and maybe an omelette. Or with rice noodles with boiled egg is also very good. That's my favorite actually. Thank you very much for watching and you can see more Thai recipes on my channel. Have a lovely day and see you again next recipes. สวัสดีค่ะ